You can tell us about yourself.
I find this part tricky. My name. My name is Ekaterina Pugina. I'm from Russia. I moved to Australia about 3 years ago, and I started doing FRD a year ago. So far, it's been 2 modules, posterior and anterior ones. We're about to start the most exciting one, which is anterior restorative for pretty veneers and making everything look pretty. Very excited about that. The skills that I've learned from FRD in the previous 2 modules actually made me far more comfortable in doing everyday procedures. I gained skills. I knew how to do things before. I had the theory behind me, but I actually lacked experience in doing that. So I wasn't as confident in proposing these solutions to my patients, which resulted in me doing far less crowns and far less complicated cases where I would do a quadrant at a time. So now, because I know how I feel when I do that, I know what can go wrong and how to solve that, so it makes me far more confident, and then I tend to propose to do that to my patients more, which actually makes my days go faster, me feel better, and definitely it made my revenue better. I feel like it would be most beneficial to people who recently graduated, because for sure in a dental school you learn how to do things, but you mostly learn in theory. You do not have the experience and the skill, so you need to gain that, and the course will give you that. And people who have been in their career, even if they had 10-20 years of experience, but they worked mostly without trying to change anything, and they feel like the dentistry has moved on and time is going on and modern dentistry is very different to what it was like 10 years ago, and they feel a little bit stuck, that's definitely the way to go. Well, I'm actually not an extroverted person at all. So I don't really communicate much, but I do read a lot on the forums where everyone communicates, and I can see that people post a lot of things, and I actually learn a lot from this. I can see that everyone posts what problems they come across every day, and then I think, oh, I have that too. So I learn from that. I don't always contribute, unfortunately. I feel very guilty about that. Probably I should. Definitely I could use the community for support and to ask them questions, and I know that I will never be judged, and probably they came across this problem before, and there are people from different backgrounds and they have different experiences, so it's likely that we'll find a solution to that, and everyone is very friendly and welcoming, and they're definitely trying to help you. Well, the educators are very nice. Everyone has different style of teaching, and for sure everyone is trying to help you, and everyone is trying to help you learn as much as you can and find what your weak spots are and then try and correct that. You need to put the work in. But if you do, they'll help you. Lincoln was a superstar when I moved to Australia, and I knew about his existence and what he's up to and what his style of teaching is long before I moved to Australia. So I was a bit biased and pre-impressed. I learn from him a lot every day, and it looks like he has answers to everything. Sometimes it's not answers that you want to hear, but they actually do solve the problem. Well, I had a lot of doubts. There are so many courses on the market, short ones, long ones. It's hard to choose, and at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know. But what I learned from this experience is that the most important thing is to have a solid foundation, and that's exactly what these courses about. It gives you a start point where you know all the basics are covered and you can see where you need to go from there, and I feel like that's the first thing you need to do. You can develop further later on, but you need to have the foundation. You need to understand what else you can learn.